Right, so here goes. Here is my Mazda mx5 MB 1.8 Jasper Comran. It's my budget drift car, basically, to learn to drift in. So it's going to be a cheap practice car, which I plan on building on the channel. But I've done some bits before, and I've done my first drift day, but I haven't gone and documented any of it. I've got a few videos from my passenger, but I haven't gone and made videos about the car. So here it is. It's a 1.8 mx5 from 2001, very early. It's a special edition, which means it came with leather seats and the LSD, which is the important bit. It's fairly decent car, fairly straight rust wise, a bit on the sills, but nice and simple. But when it comes to the setup of what I've done to this car, I've kept it fairly standard for now, so I can document all the further improvements. So for now, is running a set of Tane S-Tech springs front and rear, which give it a 22 and a 31mm drop on the back. Nice and simple. It's got some anti-roll bar poly bushes, and then I'm also running some limit line rack spacers. So I'm ready to go with extended control arms and stuff like that. And then I'm running this set of bashed up OZ Super Turismos, I believe, in a 16x7, I believe is the size, which I've had these laying around from my other car, so my daily, so I thought I'd chuck them on, better than the standard wheels. These I'm running them on Rodex RX Motions in a 195/45/16, which is a decent size. Keeps the gear in the same as well. It's just a little 1.8 non-VVT 5-speed, because it's an early car, so it doesn't get the VVT, and because it's not one of the RSs or the SVTs, it's only a 5-speed. When it comes to the actual stuff done to it, fairly simple. Standard engine wise, standard intake still, standard airbox. It's got a power steering delete. By that I mean I took the belt off because it was leaking, but for now that'll do until I get a manual rack, which I will be showing a video of. But you know, standard exhaust all the way to the back box, so it's got standard cat mid-pipe manifold, standard radiator. It does have a radiator fan bypass, which I've wired in through the relay because I had to bypass it, but there's the switch. The wire runs up underneath, up under the dash and into the relay, and then I've the other part of the relay's got a fuse. But other than that, the car's fairly standard inside. You know, it's got a homemade drift button with a 2p coin with a hole drilled in the middle and a self tapper. But other than that, the car's fairly simple. It's just got a roll bar, which I picked up off of Marketplace for £100. That's about it. When it comes to the inside, it's standard for now. I do plan on, hopefully later this month, there'll be a Nardi on there, hopefully. Bucket seat will be coming, but for now this does enough of the job to hold me in my seat. When we come around to the back, the car's, yet again, basically fairly standard. It does have a Marley back box. Yes, they are the crap back box for an MX-5, but it was £50 on Marketplace, so it was kind of a no-brainer to get it, really. Good enough noise, bit loud, but I'll get a baffle for it. But overall the car's fairly simple. It's running, you know, all standard arms, everything, so it's nothing crazy. It's just got some springs because I like my stuff lowered, some anti-roll bar poly bushes, but that's because I like it being, yeah, I've always done that. It keeps the car stiffer before you go out and put money into coilovers, which I would do, but I've already spent all my life savings on some for my daily. So yeah, so the car's fairly simple, standard little 1.8. I do plan on building this car throughout the year, especially later this year, documenting it, doing drift days, stuff like that, and I'll be basically just documenting the build and me learning to drift, really. That's the kind of the plan with this, and to build a car that actually does good skids, and that's relatable for everyone, really. I don't want it to be, you know, like all the other YouTubers that are building, you know, 8,000 horsepower drift cars. I want it to just be nice and simple. Probably keep it standard, maybe put a VVT engine in, a 6-speed if I can find one that's worth it. But just, you know, keep the car simple, so then, because at the end of the day, the driving it more is more important than spending all your money on the parts. It's more important to spend your money on fuel and tyres. So yeah, so that's the beginning of the drift build anyway. I will be making more videos, but just not yet. But I'll do all sorts of stuff. I'm thinking for this car anyway, it's going to get custom hubs. Then I'm going to get extended low control arms. Going to put Bomex kit, the front bumper and the side skirts, a plan on buckets, a Nardi wheel, 6-speed, a VVT, potentially some hot cams and ITBs, but that's all further down the line once I do have the money to do these things. But yeah, so that's the beginning of this drifting adventure, I suppose.